Hello YouTube, what's up? It's FeAge again, and today I have a friend over here with me on Skype. So
What's up?
yeah, it's
Hey.
Jesus. What's up,
Yeah,
Jesus?
it's me, Jesus. I'm here.
Yeah, it's Zach. What's up, Zach?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, so actually he's here because he hated the last video of me, right? So he's
No,
now
that's not
taking
true.
care of his channel. He doesn't want to get banned from YouTube. So now every time I stream, I will have to do. I will have to be careful, right? That's what.
Yeah,
That's what you
basically,
said.
basically, if you keep swearing and telling racist and sexist jokes, I'll get all my videos removed.
Yeah. So it's kind of worried.
That's not true. That's not true.
So, people say that. Oh my God, Zach must be really angry with FeAge right now.
No, it doesn't bother me. At the end of the day, people know what you're like now anyway, so it's all good.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest, I was laughing my ass off as well when you were talking about your erection problems.
No, it's fixed now.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's good to hear.
I'm not gonna say why, but it's fixed.
Alright, good stuff.
So
That can only mean one thing.
yeah. So we're actually gonna say we're gonna comment on this game, right? It's gonna be a record game commentary, so sorry for you guys that wanted to watch a gameplay, but today is gonna be different. We're watching the record gameplay today against of Dogao against Raf, and it's
Yeah.
Spanish against Teutons, as you can see here. Did you watch it already, the game, Zach?
Yeah, I did. It's funny you chose this one because I actually watched this one earlier, so I kind of know what's going to happen and what's going to go on. So
Mhm.
that's all good.
I kinda like it because it's an interesting game to discuss about strategy. You know, I was
Yeah, definitely.
actually like 10 minutes ago I asked permission of the account to do the stream of this game. You know,
Yeah.
because it was not like the best game ever. You know, it was.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I watched it. I thought, it wasn't one of the most exciting games, but I think you're right about the strategy.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah, because Teutons is really great civilizations, but with some kind of like if some kind of other civilizations, when you face them, if you're Teutons, is just sometimes impossible or really hard to do something, you know. So and
Yeah.
that's what we are gonna talk about it in a little bit. Just let's see the map. How's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see that Raf has an average map. He doesn't have a lot of wood. He has on the right side, he has a gold really close to it. He can do a small wall like on this area, right here on the right side, right? Also on the left side, not really hard, but he needs to be careful because he has this stone on the front. I can't see the other one. Yeah, I can't see the other one.
There's another stone over to the left, further left.
Oh,
as
is
well.
this one the second stone? Oh, that's really on the left. So
There's
yeah.
one further over. Yeah.
So if Dogao decided to go forward, that would not be really good for him, especially because Teutons have a they can put 10 villagers in each tower, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So doing tower push sometimes is really interesting with Teutons, you know. So that's not gonna happen. We know we already watched the game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But maybe it was a strategy Dogao could have done to change
Yeah,
it.
I think that would have probably helped him out because obviously, Spanish once they get out their how do you say it? Conquistadors?
Conquistador, yeah.
Yeah. Then they're at a big advantage once they mass them up. So he probably should have gone with towers, to be honest. But we should probably wait till we get a bit further on before we talk about that.
So let's take a look on the gun side. By the way, is it lagging the stream, Zach? Or it's
It
okay?
looks fine to me. I'm watching it full screen, so
Oh, but it's not lagging?
no, it's fine.
Oh, okay. So that's sorry. So Dogao has not a great map. He has two golds very close to each other, and that's it's gonna happen something right here late
Yeah, they're
on the
forward
game.
as well. Forward golds.
Yeah, forward golds. Where is his stone? I'm blind. Okay,
The
he has
back.
back. Okay, he has back stones. That's not bad for him. But these golds would be really dangerous if Ruff maybe decided to go forward, you know. So that's why you always need to check really good your enemy map. It's really important that you scout him and you can come up with a different strategy, you know. Like
Yeah.
for example, if he has a bad wood or something, maybe you could do rush. Like if he has two golds in the same position in the same area, maybe just need to place a tower there and he's
Yeah, a
out of
tower
gold.
between the two would have got coverage on both of those gold camps.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And also, that's why maybe Dogao should have done forward here, right?
yeah,
Because
I was going to say as well, I think looking at your map as well is a good indicator of what strategy you should probably use. Obviously, in a 1v1, getting map control is pretty important, and if Dogao knows he's got 2 forward golds, then perhaps forwarding his enemy to keep him cooped up in his base would be a good idea.
yeah, that's absolutely right. Zach is so smart. I love him. So, anyway, I think. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Teutons have a big problem versus Spanish versus Huns as well, because one of the most important upgrades to do against cavalry archers and conquistadors are the husbandry, right?
Yeah.
It's the upgrade that makes your knights faster, and that's one upgrade Teutons doesn't have, so they are really weak against cavalry archers by the fact
Yeah.
that they just can't reach the cavalry archers.
Yeah.
Usually people that has Huns, they just do mass cavalry archers against the Teutons, and they just hit and run, you know, because
Yeah.
there's
Because they
nothing.
can't get away.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's so hard to Teutons face
Yeah.
this kind of
And
civilization.
obviously then Teutonic Knights never become an option because they're too slow, and obviously that's just one of the biggest problems with Teutons, really, just the slowness.
Yes, and that's one of the strongest things about Teutons is doing knights. So you have to do something, right? You have to do a plan or something, because usually people just do knights with Teutons. They just don't do crossbows and skirmishes. It's kind of a waste because you can mass so much farms with Teutons, and you can do a lot of knights. So
Yeah, obviously cheaper farms really helps them out as well in that situation.
yeah. So we're gonna see that they both didn't rush. They both didn't rush
Yeah.
forward.
I actually thought Wrath was going to drush because he was actually taking early gold there. I noticed.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Maybe he decided not to do it. Maybe he wanted to drush, but he decided to change strategy. So you can see that both players are going for stables. They are going for scouts, and they both know how the maps of the enemy looks like. You know, so maybe if Ruff had decided to do a tower here, would really fuck the go, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, his gold is obviously really important, and it's at the front, so it would have been a great idea to keep the pressure on there.
Also, let me change here, and I want to see what the gun has explored. So, yeah, he knows that where rough stones are. He knows that there is one here, there is one here, and there is another one on the left. So, he knows that he's Teutons and he's against. Oh, obviously that was stupid. Sorry. That he's against Spanish, and he knows that if Spanish goes conquistadors, it's gonna be so hard for him to defend from it. You know. So what he should have done maybe is try to rush a little bit more. He did not wanted to Ruff to do conquistadors. You know. He should have done something different, and you guys gonna see that later. That's why I think he lost, right?
Yeah, I've got to say though as well, something that I'll point out a bit later on. I think Dogao could have still won this one. I was actually a little bit surprised that Wrath managed to swing the advantage. Also as well, I've got to say that Dogao's scouting is excellent in this game. If you look a bit later on, his scouting is so much more better than Wrath's.
You mean the scouting the map?
Yeah, scouting the map. His scouting is actually really great. You'll probably notice it a bit better on, a bit later on. Sorry.
And that's one a really important thing to do. Scouting the map is really important on 1 versus 1, especially because you need to find the extra golds. You know, it's so important, as Zach already told you guys, that the map control on 1 versus 1 is one of the most important things, especially on these kind of maps that have just land. You know, like Arabia. So if you lose the map control, you eventually lose the game.
Yeah, because you can't take those extra golds, and that's basically what wins you the game, the gold. If you, well, as long as you spend it right.
Yeah, one player that actually has a really good map control, even that he's not the fastest and you know, the best player, but is one of the smartest players, is Alive, because I think you guys know, right? Legend Clan Alive, he's one of the best map control players. If you take a look on his record games, he usually gets to the Imperial Age and just takes the map control and just wait for his enemy run out of resources. It's one of his strongest things, and that's is one of the most important things on 1 versus 1. So always be careful. Always try to get the map control.
Yeah, I think also as well, it's nice to see people going scout rush on Arabia, because it's so common now that obviously archers, skirmishers, and I don't think we actually see scout cavalry that often anymore.
Yeah, usually people are doing just rush, fast castle, and things like that.
Yeah.
Kind of boring actually. But and that's a good thing about scouts. When you go scouts, you kind of have the map control. At least
Definitely.
for now on the early game. So
I like Wrath's quick wall in there, trying to trap him against the town centre. That was quite good.
yeah, but wasn't successful. If he had managed to do this, the kill would be so bad. He would have lost all the scouts.
I think as well Dogao tries to do the same to Wrath in a little while.
Really?
Yeah, I think he tries to do exactly the same as Wrath just tried to do to him.
Oh, really? I don't remember.
I think we'll see it. It's a good job we watched this earlier, actually.
Yeah, that's my problem. I don't remember. I don't even remember what I ate today.
Too many drugs.
Yes, I should stop that. Seriously, now that I think I don't remember what I ate. But we're not a culinary program, right?
No, we're not.
Let's
Not
not
yet,
talk
anyway.
about food.
God, I'm so hungry right now.
Hey, by the way, I just saw on YouTube. That's totally off topic. I'm sorry, but that's really interesting. I saw on YouTube that British are doing bread, a beer bread. You know?
Beer bread
Yeah, they use a beer on the recipe
recipe.
for the
Yeah.
to do a bread.
Alright,
Amazing.
that's interesting.
It tastes like beer.
I
Oh
love
my
beer.
god, I want to taste it, man. I'm
It'd be
gonna
awesome.
show you later.
Have you ever heard of Stilton cheese?
No.
It's a type of really strong blue cheese that we have in England.
Oh really?
And people have made beer with it.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, I tried it not long ago. It was actually really nice. You can actually see Dog doing the wall in here.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
That was but not so much successful.
It could have been a bit more successful. If I don't know, if he garrisoned the villages inside of his town centre, he might got a few more hits if he did it a little bit earlier on. But it kind of worked out in the same way as Wrath did to him.
And now you can you probably know that, but also really important to always try to take the heal to attack the enemy.
Yeah, I made a video about this not long ago actually, about heal bonuses, and a lot of people didn't realise that melee actually has an attack bonus going downhill.
Oh really?
Yeah, if
Oh.
you're attacking downhill with melee units, you still get an attack bonus.
No, I know that.
Oh yeah. I was
So
gonna say, I thought you'd know.
no, it's now that then your viewers know about it, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't need to explain that.
Educating the masses, that's right.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. I'm watching your videos. Zero to
I'm
hero,
watching
Bob.
yours as well, you know.
Zero to hero with Zach, right?
Yeah, the problem is that I actually suck. So I'm alright at giving advice, I just can't take my own advice.
What do you mean by Zach?
As in, my micro is terrible, I'm too slow with my mouse and everything.
Okay,
You know.
I was
Don't
thinking
get enough
another
practice.
thing. Okay.
Typical.
Man,
I've got a problem with male genitalia.
yes, man. Seriously, I have a problem. I'm gonna go to what the fuck? How to say?
Psychiatric?
Psychiatric, yeah. My mom is a psychologist,
Yeah.
so maybe I should ask her help. But
I don't know, talking about those kind of issues with your mum could be a bit embarrassing.
yes, definitely. So we have here Dogao is already upgrading castle, right? So
Yeah, pretty quick with that.
Yep.
Well, actually, I think he's ahead of Wrath, definitely, isn't he?
But like Ruff did a really good job here. He made the villagers get so long inside the town center that the guy's not gonna reach Castle with such a good amount of economy, and that's maybe one of his mistakes because he stopped scouting Ruff, so he doesn't know that Ruff is taking this town, you know. And so
that's a big mistake for him, I think.
yeah, I mean, if I was the Kion right now and I hadn't scouted that, I would say that maybe, I mean, probably Ruff would be going knights, you know?
Yeah.
Usually people go knights so on Arabia, so that's why it's really important to always scout your enemy. You need to see what he's gonna do. It's one of the most important things on this game.
And if you actually look at Wrath's buildings, military production, compared to Dogao's, you can see Dogao's already preparing to get his knights out with his stables. But Wrath actually hasn't thrown down any more military production buildings. And if Dogao was actually scouting that, he'd sense something was up.
Yeah, definitely. So because it's so hard, believe me, it's so hard to stop conquistadors and cavalry archers with Teutons. You should do something different. You should not allow him to do it, you know? You need to come up with a new strategy. And maybe right here, maybe Dogao should have rushed it on this game.
Yeah, I think rushing for him would have paid off in hindsight. But then again, you know, you'll see the strategy that he goes for in a little while, and I think it's probably the best strategy that he could go for in this situation.
Yes, definitely, but still so hard to do something.
To pull off, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
the conquistadors have such a high attack as well that it makes it a real trouble.
But another thing he should have done, maybe, I'm gonna discuss about it later, but maybe he could have done different stuff, right? Because you need to use...
there's still possibilities.
You need to use what your civilization has of best, you know?
Yeah.
Like the best things your civilization has, you should use them as much as you can. Like for example, doing towers with Koreans, maybe it's a good thing. These kind of things, you know. Also with Teutons, because they have, you can put 10 villagers inside them.
I've got a little nugget of information here as well, actually. If you put 10 hand cannoneers inside of a tower, a
bombard tower.
Bombard. Yeah.
No.
It shoots two. Sorry, bombard towers. It shoots 2 cannonballs.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes.
Hardly anyone knows that as well.
It's one of the most important things when you're playing against Persia, because killing elephants are so hard that shooting 2 times twice is really important.
Yeah.
But few people knows about it, and it's not really common to see, right?
No, I've not seen it at all yet actually used.
Anyway, we can see here now Ruff is just waiting for the gun. He knows that he's going knights. Of course, he was exploring this area.
So he's masked up the spearman just to hold him off for the time being. Yeah,
and you can see that now he just started to do this castle, and the gun just saw it, and he knows that that's not gonna be cool for him. Actually, I think he saw it even before scouting this area. Maybe he used the palisade or farm to scout the stone to see if he was collecting, right?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah, that's why I think. Yeah, that's why he decided to do the monastery, to start doing monks, because he knew that probably Ruff would go for conks. But I think that's one of the mistakes Dogao made. He should not have waited for Ruff to do it. You know?
Yeah, he should have stepped in and said no before Wrath actually managed to get this castle up, and I think that would have helped him out. Especially, you know, as you said, it's really easy to trush with Teutons.
Yes, maybe a rush on Wrath would be the best strategy, especially on this map. Sorry. Anyway. As you can see, Ruff just finished his castle. He's just finishing now. He has a really decent economy right now. He still doesn't have another town center, but he's just gonna mass conks, and you guys gonna see what's gonna happen in a little bit. You can see that Dogao can't really hit him, right? Because he's walled, and he has Speakman's upgraded already.
Yeah, well, he can't get through on the left, and I suppose he could try and get through on the right with breaking through the palisade wall. but I think the pikeman would be able to respond to that quickly enough.
Yeah, not.
She's actually trying to do.
Yeah, it's not gonna be effective attempts of rushing. So now Dogao is thinking, okay, so what should I do? I have a really open map. He's going Conquistadors, and doing Knights is not the best option because he's just gonna hit and run.
Yeah.
So he decided to do a small boom, I think. You can see that he's not doing more Knights, he's doing more Monks. He's gonna do Monks, because Monks is a really interesting counter unit for Conquistadors, right?
Yeah, they have 9 range, so they obviously outrange the Conquistador. But obviously, because Conquistadors have such high attack, obviously the monks and high speed as well, the monks are very actually vulnerable to them if they're not microed well enough, or if they're not in safety of some kind of building that can protect them.
Anyway, this is one of the most important upgrades for the monks. When you go monks, you have to do this one. Let me show you. It's the sanctity. Yeah, they make your monks stronger. They have 50% more hit points. So this is one of the most important upgrades for your monks. Always do that, and I don't see Dogao doing it right now. I don't think he does it. Can you remember that?
I'm not sure if he does. I remember the Conquistadors were killing his monks in 2 hits, so I don't think he did. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, you can see that Ruff is coming with the Conquistadors. It's gonna be a really big damage, and that's why maybe Dogao should have done something different. And that's what I would do. I would do is taking stone and try to make as much towers around my town as possible. Just to protect my villagers. I know I would spend a lot of stone on that, but it's really important that you don't allow the Conquistadors to kill a lot of your villagers. And that's the reason Ruff is doing Conquistadors, is not to kill Ruff army, is to kill his villagers. I mean, Dogao villagers.
Take out his economy.
Yes.
That's the thing, they've got a high attack, they've got high speed, and by the time you realise they're in your base, they've already killed 3 villagers and they're on their way out. So it's really hard to actually combat them if you've not got any static defences like towers.
Anyway, as you can see here, Dogao is trying to convert the units, the Conquistadors, but yeah, he didn't do the Sanctity, and it was another big mistake he made so far. It's really important that you upgrade the units you are using, especially the monks, because they have such a low HP. Conquistadors with a little bit of micro can kill them easily, as you could see right now.
There we go. So those monks were pretty much wasted. They only got 2 conversions, I think, and he sent about 3 or 4 over there.
Yeah, so it was a big mistake. Absolutely, because he's trying to convert under the hill. Conquistadors are on the top of the hill, so they have the biggest advantage. They hit more, especially because Dogao doesn't have the Sanctity. And I'm gonna say it again, it's so important that you do it. Anyway, you can see that now Ruff decided to rush Dogao. He already has 3 town centers, and he's gonna do pigments and Conquistadors. And you can see that Dogao has so much economy, and maybe
his gold is ridiculously high at this stage.
Yes.
I was looking at that earlier.
And that's why maybe Dogao should have done something different. Even he didn't rush it, as we said, it would be like the best option, right? Trying to do a forward rush or something, or even rush and fast castle would be more interesting than this, So anyway, another mistake would be because Dogao didn't walled. He should have walled, especially the right side. Then he would not need to be careful, because his map is so open. Ruff is just trying to raid as much as he can. So, whoa! Wait a minute! What just happened? I think Zach died, or it was me. I'm gonna be frustrated if I disconnected. Anyway, Yeah, it's on. I think Zach dropped. Oh,
Sorry about that.
what's up?
Problems happen when you're on the other side of the world to someone and your internet drops.
No problem. So yeah, we were discussing. I was talking that maybe Dogao should have walled the right side. You know, just
Yeah.
because then he just needed to worry about the middle of the map and the left side, but especially on this area on the middle, because he has two goals on here, so it's such an important area. He should do the sanctity. What I would do in his case would do uh, elite skirmishers and sanctity and monks. You know.
Yeah, I think as well, I've got to say, monks was a really good idea as well, because obviously the Teutonic bonus is that their monks get 2 times healing range. So not only are you getting conversions, but you're going to be able to heal a lot better as well, which I think is a good idea.
But his big mistake was not to upgrade the monks. Like, it's so important.
And not back it up with anything else as well. I think that was a big problem as well.
So you can see that he still have a really strong economy, so much gold, so much food, and he decided to upgrade. But I think that's one thing that costed him the game.
Yeah.
Because he should have done something different here, not just upgrade. Raf is just messing a lot of conquistadors, and he's gonna rush Dagon pretty bad. So
I think Dogao's issue here was that I don't know if he was 100% sure exactly what he wanted to do or what strategy he wanted to use. I think he probably thought, you know what, monks aren't really working out as well as I'd hoped, and so I'm just going to up because I've got the resources to do it. I don't think he actually had that much of a game plan at this stage.
yeah, he
And
was.
as you say, I think it was a big mistake to up right now.
Yes, and Raf on the other hand made a really good call here, trying to rush. I'm not sure. Maybe he doesn't know that the Dogao is upgrading, but that was such a good strategy, you know, trying to rush right now and try to take this area because he knows that this area is so important for the Dogao, especially because of these 2 goats right there. So, and also because Spanish build a lot faster, you know, the castle, the buildings, you can easily try to rush your enemy, put a castle right in front of his town centers, things like that. So you guys will see that this is gonna be what decides the game. Raf is gonna take this area. It's gonna be GG for the Dogao. Now you can see that the conquistadors are doing big damage on the Dogao economy, you know.
Yeah.
And they're going
Well,
to
the problem at this stage is that obviously he's outnumbered army-wise, and he's got conquistadors running through his base. He just spent 1,000 food and 800 gold on upgrading, when he could be making units to combat this right now, but he can't. He can't afford it.
Yes, and he decided to go for pigments, but they are not really so effective against conquistadors, especially if you don't do battering hums.
Yeah, to absorb the fire. Yeah.
It's really important that you do a shield for pigments if you're playing against cavalry archers or conquistadors or any kind of range units, you know. So Dogao just lost the 3 relics he got in this monastery. He still doesn't upgraded the monk, and that was one of his biggest mistakes. Maybe trying to do some walling and trying to do monks and maybe elite skirmishers, you know, with ballistics would be a lot better than this. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, I think the elite skirmishers would have been a good call on this situation. I've just got to quickly just check something, and I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay, 1, 2. Hey, what's up, Zach?
I lied.
Okay. Liar. Anyway, Dogao just finished Imperial Age and he's making Mangonel, but Mangonel is just absolutely useless against Conquistador C. They're gonna be, yeah, just rape it right there. So call the police because that was a rape. Anyway, Raf is now killing the town center. He's just gonna micro here, kill all these pigments, and they have no attack upgrade, just have defense. They can just upgraded the halberdiers, but it's just not gonna be effective. He's just gonna lose everything because he doesn't have a shield, as I said before. So, and also he took too long to get stone, right? He should have done a castaway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he didn't get up a castle at all, did he?
No, he didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, was a big mistake, because he had, like, no defense.
Yeah, because You could do towers to protect your villagers with Teutons. Is really interesting, you know, because you can place 10 villagers inside it. Or he could do a castle. Making a castle right here in this in the top of the hill would maybe have saved him, because that was such an important area, you know. And
Yeah.
I think it's not gonna be really long from now. Right now, it's gonna end
Yeah.
really soon.
I think it was actually 45 minutes, the game. He
45.
holds like.
Okay.
Yeah, he holds on for quite a while.
Oh, really? I think
I think
I think
so.
I closed it here.
Yeah, well, at this point you think, well, surely it's GG right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
The thing is, he's like got no gold income now. He's tried to rebuild over to the left with a new town centre near some gold, but it's a little too late, I think.
Yes. So yeah, as we told about it, maybe it wasn't the best strategy. I'm not even sure he was really like thinking about on strategy on this situation, right? I think he was just playing, and he did a really bad call trying to upgrade FeAge, especially with no support of army. He had only villagers right there, and he decided to go Halberdiers, but that's not really wise against so many conquistadors and battering hams.
Yeah, and obviously as well, even Scorpion's coming in as well. So I don't know. He made his biggest mistake when he just didn't rush earlier.
Yeah.
I think that was probably one of the only ways to win this kind of matchup. Just be really aggressive from the start.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not battering hams, right? It's battering rams.
That's right. Yeah.
Uh,
I didn't want to point that out straight away.
yeah, but I would say that I would say that wrong. But battering rams is so ugly. Battering hams sounds so better, you know, so much better.
Yeah, but the problem is ham is a completely different word in
It's
English.
a meat, right?
Yes, it's like a pork meat.
Oh, I see. Oh, I love
Wait,
ham.
no, that might. Yeah, that's right. I think it's pork. God, it's embarrassing now. I don't even know what a ham is made of.
No, no problem.
No, it is made of pork.
Yes. You should go to school back. You should. Oh my God, that was so wrong. You should go back to school, Zach.
You're telling me to go back to school with grammar like that?
Yeah. You should. I just said? You should. You should back to school, Zach.
Go back to school, you should.
Yeah, Yoda.
Yeah. Doing my in-betweeners there, you know.
In betweeners.
Yeah, did you not see that where he did the?
Oh
where
yeah,
he
the
tried to impress that
the
girl with
William.
the,
Yeah. Such a nerd. If you guys don't know what you're talking about, it's the TV show called The In-Betweeners, and I highly recommend it. It's amazing. It's my favorite TV show.
Yeah.
It's British, but it's still good. I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm surprised Dogao is still going. I don't know what he actually thinks he can achieve this game now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty much GG, and Wrath has taken this one.
Yeah.
I think we've covered in pretty good detail exactly why Dogao tripped up here as well.
But we're gonna discuss about when it finished. I like to do this, you know.
Yeah.
Just rephrase what we just spoke about. It's spoke about, right? I'm
Yeah.
saying it wrong. I saying it right.
Yeah, he's saying alright.
Okay, so yeah, definitely GG right there. Dogao lost it. We're just waiting for the GG and the resign. Anytime soon. 1, 2, 3.
You've got another 3 minutes left, yeah.
Oh, really?
Or in-game time anyway, yeah.
Oh.
He's just running away, getting picked off, and I don't know. I mean, he just didn't seem to have anything. He's finally got a castle out, but it's just too little, too late, I think. And the conquistadors are just owning everything.
Yeah. So strong, man, and it's so bad to play against this kind of civilization, Spanish, and especially Spanish and Huns with Teutons. It's so difficult, especially if if you get the game reach. I mean, if you allow the game to get to castle. Because on these scenarios, when you're playing against Spanish and Huns and you're Teutons, you should try to rush. You should try to do something differently, and that's what I'm gonna talk about when the game finishes.
Yeah.
So let's just wait for the GG. Is it coming or it's
And just about now, I think.
just fucking resign, Dogao? What are you doing, man?
Oh man.
Yo, by the way, Zach. By
Yeah.
the way, Zach. Did you like it, my last video, or you're angry with me or something?
No, I told you already. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah, because I read the comments and people were saying that you probably hate it and you hate me now, so I'm kind of worried.
If I hated you, I don't think I'd be here right now. So it's all good.
But you
Don't
love
worry.
me?
I love you.
Oh, nice. I love you too. That's so gay.
Ah.
Anyway,
A bit of bromance. There we go.
bromance, chill out. Let's do let's do the record game again so we can see the resources.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, let's talk about why Dogao lost. First thing is because the civilizations, like Teutons is not a really good civilization to play against Spanish and Huns and these kind of units that has ranged, fast ranged units like Mongols and such, you know. Mongols, Spanish and Huns is one of the strongest civilizations against Teutons because Teutons doesn't have husbandry. Is husbandry how to say?
Yeah, that's right. Husbandry.
Okay. So husbandry is one of the most important upgrades to fight against cavalry archers, conquistadors, and things like that. Units like that, because they run faster. Of course, that's so obvious. Because they run faster, you can sometimes kill them. You know, you can follow them
Yeah.
and try to kill them. But without it, it's so hard because the enemy is just gonna hit and run. You're gonna have a really hard time, especially if he upgrades the, like if his Huns and upgrade Thumb Ring, that's just nothing you can do. It's impossible to hold cavalry archers with Thumb Ring with Teutons.
Yeah.
So when you're playing against these kind of civilizations and you are Teutons, I recommend you to try something differently, you know? What you think? Maybe
Well, that's the thing. I mean, once a Spanish player or a Hun player gets post-imperial or even late castle in this kind of matchup, the only thing you can do is try and do something a bit more radical. Because at the end of the day, unless you're like so far ahead of your opponent in rating, there's pretty much no way you can win once you get past that certain stage.
yes, absolutely. So in this map, in this game, particularly, anyway, in this game, Dogao should have done forward, maybe rush FC, whatever. But he needed to rush. He needed to stop Ruff of taking the stone because it's kind of obvious that Spanish is gonna try to do conquistadors against Teutons. It's like the strongest thing about them against Teutons, so it's obvious he's gonna try it. So maybe that's why Dogao lost the game.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, he should have tried to do the damage before the conquistadors came out.
Yes.
And that's pretty much all there is to it, I think. But then, you know, he could have pulled off a better defense as well.
Yes.
I think his defense was pretty weak. But yeah, I think he definitely should have gone forwards and tried to harass Wrath a bit more than he did.
But yeah, even if he didn't went for rush, but he still could win the game. He had a really strong economy, but he decided to take stone really late, you know, and he should have taken it a lot earlier. So maybe placing towers, doing elite skirmishers and ballistics would be a good defense against conquistadors, and maybe placing a castle right in this area would be the best solution to try stopping that rush, you know.
Yeah.
But he didn't, so he decided to go Imperial Age. I don't know why. He decided to go Halberdiers, but without shield it was not effective, and that's why I think he lost the game. Ruff did a really good call going rush on this area, and that's what costs Dogao the game. Because this area is like the most important area of Dogao's map. He couldn't lose this. He had two big goats right here, and it was in the top of the hill. So yeah, that it was just not good losing that.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of pointed out all the things on this game, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to point out one little thing as well. Let's just suppose that Dogao did actually get out quite a few towers around his base. He was managing to take out the conquistadors just fine with his watchtowers. Imagine if that was the case. Wrath would then probably go for knights and cavalier, maybe even paladins if you could afford it. So I don't know really what Dogao could have done to protect against that too much, other than like a proper solid wall with a really good perimeter of castles.
Yes, but because Dogao had a really strong economy, if he had done the just defense for the conquistadors, he would be in a really better
Yeah,
position. He could that I would do if I was him. I would go for battering rams and cavaliers, paladins on FeAge, and trebuchets
yeah,
to kill that castle that Ruff made over here. But because the conquistadors was the biggest worry, the biggest thing he needed to worry, then he did the wrong decision. He did the wrong call.
yeah,
But I don't
definitely.
see Ruff winning if Dogao had decided to go differently. I don't see I don't see Ruff going Cavaliers. I think
Yeah, yeah.
without this rush, without succeeding here, he would have lost the game. Because the Dogao economy was so much better, so much bigger.
I agree, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Also, as well, if Dogao decided to get skirmishers earlier on instead of the monks, and get up to the Imperial Age when he did, but he would have had a better economy because he didn't spend so much on knights and skirmishers. Sorry, knights and monks.
Mhm.
If he'd have just done skirmishers to combat the conquistadors, by the time he'd got to the Imperial Age, he could have upgraded to cavalier, and obviously then he would have been able to push back, perhaps.
But not just the elite skirmishers. Monks were a really good call, but the problem here is that he didn't upgrade the monks. It's such an important upgrade to do
Yeah.
the sanctity, because they have, of course, 50% more HP. So that's a must-do thing, must-do upgrade for when you're going monks. So he lost like 5 or 6 monks right there on the right side of this hill, and that cost him a lot, and that's why he decided to stop doing monks. But yeah, it was a really good call. Monks and elite skirmishers would be the best solution, I think, and
Yeah.
of course taking stone and placing that castle as fast as he could here, and then maybe he could have won the game. Even he decided not to rush Raph.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that's it.
Yeah, I'd say we covered that one with every possibility, every angle.
hmm
Good job.
So yeah, thank you for doing this with me.
No worries.
I
It's only
loved the
4 a.m.,
experience. I loved the experience. We're gonna
Good stuff.
chill out later.
Yeah, we're gonna bro out later.
Okay, I love it. Okay, so I talk to you guys, the YouTubers, later.
Cool.
Thanks
See
for
you later,
watching,
guys.
and I'm sorry for the last video if you didn't like the video, but it's just how I am. I'm retarded. I'm sorry for that.
You're Brazilian, you mean?
No, no, you're racist. You're racist FTP. Brazilians are the funniest, the prettiest, and the I don't know. They're just amazing. I love the Brazilians.
Yeah, I've got to agree.
Okay, so see you later.
See you later.
I mean, I love the Brazilian girls, not the guys. I hate the guys. Bye bye.